So,
So,
1 month.
1 month in the van.
Since we left the house, living in the van, yeah.
Mm.
And a lot of you have been asking questions about it. A lot of you are saying to us that you're thinking of doing it. About people that say, because of you, my house is now up for sale and we're buying a van. I'm quitting my job.
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah. So we thought we'd give you our first month kind of breakdown of, first of all, what it's been like, rough idea of costs, and then I guess good and bad points, something like that.
Yep.
So yeah, so it's now it's Monday the 13th of January. We left the house. Is it
8th.
the 8th?
It was the Sunday the 8th, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, because you'd finished work.
I finished work on the 6th and then we left because we were just so fed up.
Yeah.
Just so fed up. We're just like, right, we're done. House is empty. We are practically out. There was no point in even staying in there because we were sleeping in the van on the driveway. So we're just like, you know what?
And it was just empty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's nothing in it. So,
nothing at all.
Well, so yeah, that did mean at that point the house was empty, barren, and it wasn't a home anymore.
No.
This was more homely.
So we're just like, well, we've got some time before Christmas because we were going to leave early January, but we decided to leave end of December instead.
Yeah.
So because of that and the need to go and see family and friends and spend a bit of time with daughter and grandson and whatnot, then we just thought, right, well, I'll bring my leave date forward for work.
So yeah, the first week was very different, but also just felt like going out, doing a long weekend away.
Yeah, because we went down to see my dad.
Yeah,
and
we saw Kev, and then we saw CJ and Ash and Marie.
Yeah, and Si on the way back up.
So that was like a thing, and then like on the way back up, when we went to Wales side, we saw Jay and Holly, and then saw my parents.
Yeah,
so.
and in between, we thought, even then we thought we might have to go home.
Yeah.
Or go back to the house.
Yeah, for the completion.
And then complete that, but then that turned not to be, so that was good because we weren't toing and froing.
Yeah.
So that's how bad it was with the house. We just forgot. We got so sick of saying it that we thought we're not going to be saying how much of a faff it was. Let's just go. Let's start the adventure now, and then. And
I think it was a great break.
That. Yeah.
Because of all the rubbish of leaving the house, I think the first couple of weeks was a great break.
Yeah.
And then obviously we spent a few days on the driveway. I don't know if you ever knew that, but we spent a few days on the driveway of our house.
Using the showers and the toilets and stuff, which was quite good.
And then obviously the house completed, and then that was it, done.
Yeah.
We had a week then, literally around our kind of old neighbourhood or area, seeing family and spending time with Jem for Christmas and everything.
Yeah, we got quite a few days up near Jem's, which was really good. And
you had your spa day.
I had my spa day. Yeah, so we were knocking around for a little bit actually, but it didn't feel like any great hardships or anything. The worst thing, and you ladies will appreciate it, for the spa day was getting shaved everywhere.
Oh yeah, before you went there.
Before I went for my spa day, because massages and spending time by the pool and whatnot. I should have just, because we were only at Gem's the day before, I should have sorted it all out then.
True.
So yeah, so that was the biggest hardship that pops up in my mind for that period of time. So that's not so bad, is it?
So then it was like usual thing, Christmas. I would say the difficult thing about van life, for that point of view, just to kind of bring it back to the van life, was as we were trying to visit family and friends, was trying to find park ups that we felt safe with, that were close to people.
Yeah.
And that was slightly tricky. So we were kind of maybe travelling half an hour away, 40 minutes away from people to find an outlet, the sort of more countryside-y, not so urban. And on a couple of occasions it was urban, and then Gem's it was in the middle of a housing estate. Yeah. Because there's like a visitors car park area. And just took that kind of the leaf out of Mevy's book, where he said, if there's a big communal car park, people park vans, and there were vans all over the place. So there's a Sprinter van just on the other side of the road most of the time from where she lives. Yeah. So we just did that, and then it literally was the day after. Well, it was kind of Boxing Day.
It was Jem's birthday.
Which is Jem's birthday, yeah.
And we just we were there almost all day, and then it got to tea
6
time.
o'clock, wasn't it?
And we're like, right, we've got to be down at Folkestone for the 28th for the morning. We wanted to stay over there for the 27th, so we need to get going. So we don't mind the driving, but Cooper does. So we need to make sure we've got lots of breaks and stops and stuff for him.
And I found that easy because we knew where we were travelling to. So somewhere en route you pick the best park up. But then going through France, they have got thousands, probably tens of thousands of airs, free stops where you just pay for toilet dump and water. At worst, sometimes you get everything for free, including free showers and free toilets. So that was just so easy. This stage of van life is very different than the UK. So if you consider we've been 4 or 5 weeks now, then we spent half of it in the UK, half of it out here. And I think that's a great balance for me, because for me personally, the first 2 weeks were, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this, were difficult in comparison.
Yes.
Finding park ups,
more difficult.
Quite difficult. Finding public places to empty the toilet, a little bit more difficult. Finding places to get fresh water, a little bit more difficult. With going around seeing family and friends, it was that
helpful,
difficult.
For that.
But if it wasn't for them, then we'd have been searching out more places to do that. And over here, you haven't got a social stigma about travelling around in a van as
That
much.
is also very true, and people just do it all the time. The beach that we were on a few nights ago, it was busy.
Home to people.
And it was busy with motorhomes, but you weren't all crammed in. Everyone had their own little spot, and they were just loving it being on this beach.
Yes, we met Keith, who popped in Sailor at one park up, and Howard lived there as well. And there was there's a part where we were, and then down the other side there was a little community.
It seems like they've been there for a lot longer. But they were all saying as well that there was this fuel station that we'd stopped at on the way there and on the way out again that seemed to be just made specially for van lifers. The guys were dead good. They helped just fill it with LPG.
He was straight out, wasn't he?
Straight out with it. He had the adapter, saw what country the van was from. At the back of it, you paid €2 for a key, and you could get 150 litres of fresh water. There was a grey dump. There was a toilet emptying point that your key worked for as well. And then there was a set of ladders and a jet wash thing, especially for washing motorhomes, so you could get up on top and clean everything. So the whole back part of this fuel station was just for motorhomes. You wouldn't get anything like that in the UK.
No one rushed you around there. And then there was a proper little campsite-y place.
Yes,
somewhere
on the
where
side
you could
of that,
stay for maybe a week or something at the side of it.
And
they had free Wi-Fi.
So it's definitely, I mean, everyone says it. Everybody says that they made it. It's over here is made better for motorhomers and or campervanners or whatever.
And the weird thing is, it's not like they're trying to help their own countrymen, because the vast majority of motorhomes here are Dutch or German. You'll see the odd French one again, and the very, very few and far between Spanish one.
I mean, there was a few Spanish and then Italian. I think I've seen Italian more since we've moved away from there. But not. It's been Dutch and German predominantly.
And then British ones make up small percentage, really. Isn't
more
it?
Than Italians from what I've seen, but less than the others. So it's just been easier. Being over here.
And everyone's friendly. No issues at all.
Nope.
I'm still going back to the original thing of van life for me. I'm still very conscious of where we leave the van and how we leave the van. Making sure that blinds are shut, that we have all the security cameras on and the Wi-Fi on, so that security cameras are all kind of like feeding back to us.
Inside and outside, which is, it's nice to know that you can check on it and it alerts us if there's been any noises or anything like that.
Then we got the alarms on the van, and it's just like it's storing your tech and gadgets in safe places.
And most of the time we're not, because as John said, he's got cameras and stuff. Most of the time, most of it's with us if we've left the van, so that's always a good point. But it's been lovely. It's been like I say, it's been a holiday of two halves.
I guess
so far. It's been an escape of two halves with the UK thing. We are sleeping so much. It's just, it feels a bit like
and out. Like that, you're not woken in the middle of the night
with
the things going through your head. I'm just so peaceful.
I suppose the thing is as well, though, we've now got time, so when your brain's going away and you're like, oh, that's a good idea, I'll do it straight away. And there's none of this waiting, because You know, we've got all of this opportunity right here, and it's wonderful.
Now that we've spoken about kind of like the month of two halves, and security, and now we've found park ups and all that kind of stuff, money wise, and this is probably going to be awful now that you're now waiting for a breakdown of spreadsheets and everything.
Yeah, we've not gone into as much detail as Greg and Lou do with theirs.
No.
They're quite good with keeping an exact track of what the spend is.
And we did set off and say the first few weeks, certainly because we did 1,000 miles in 2 days.
Yeah, and that's just not going to happen again unless we have to.
And because of that, and because of settling in and wanting to go and get your first shopping and all that kind of stuff, we said more or less that the first probably month's worth of money we're going to not worry about, because it's holiday kind of mode. Yeah. Because we didn't really know. We have covered in excess of 3,500 miles since we left the UK. Yeah. Or rather, since we left Northwest. So that's been around about £500 worth of diesel. We've probably spent roughly £25 of LPG. Yeah, it's been good so far, that. So LPG is on budget. Diesel is double budget. And food wise, we had for our own food in the van, we had £200 a month for that one. Well, £50 a week, so it depends. 200, 250, whatever. And since we got to Spain, I reckon we're under budget. I reckon we're under budget, but that's because we were way over budget and we had no more room in the cupboard to fit anything else in, because it's just full of snacks. Yeah. So since then we've not done that well. So yeah, on food we're under budget, or let's say we're flat, so about 200. And our going out budget, well, yeah, this is the next one, and we have to watch it because we're killing Greg and Lou as well, because they've had their initial look at us, we're on holiday, splurge, and then are back to eating normally again, and then we came along. Yeah. Oops. Sorry, Greg and Lou. But yeah, let's call it entertainment. Yes. So not eating out, but doing things as well. Yeah. There was 60 quid go-karting. Yes. We've probably had meals out enough that warrants probably, I would say, at least 400 euros. Yeah. I'm going to call them pounds because it's very close. I think we're paying 1.17 to 1.18. Oh, that's a point actually I wanted to say, while we're on the subject of money. Many months ago when we planned this and we said our tips about what we're doing and what we've looked into, the Revolut card, and it's absolutely fantastic. There's been 2 occasions when it wasn't accepted and they were toll booths. Yeah, Spanish toll booths, yeah. But it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, let me just go around here. So we've got the card with our name on them, so it doesn't look like an average kind of like pay-as-you-go card. So it's like a little card like that. So you get an app on your phone, and it tells you you load up straight from your bank. Yep. And then you choose how you want to do it. So we did it in pounds. Yep. Converted it to euros. So we don't get any fees. We're taking the money out of our UK bank in pounds. So no fees. It's just like bank transfer straight away, and it literally happens in seconds. Yes. And it's all through the Revolut app. You don't touch your bank app. And then you say what currency do you want to exchange it to. Yep. It tells you what the rate is. Euros. Yeah. You agree a rate before you do it, so you know what you're going to get. Do that. No fees. No fees. Up to £500 a month. Yeah. Without fees. Yeah. And then obviously you just go and spend it. And so far it's been great. And the beauty that I kind of really like about it, obviously I've got a smartwatch, you've got a smartwatch, you can spend money on it and it pings you straight away through the app. So you can actually be paying still and it pings you up on your smartwatch or on your phone and say you've just spent 18 euros or 50 euros or whatever it is, and I absolutely love that. Yep. And it gives you a running total as well, so when you do it, it goes, your spend today is, and then it tells you how much money you've spent that day. So it's actually broke down the last month's spend and then produces a little report for you. So you go to all the money you've got. I know, go to analytics. So there we go. So it categorises it as well. So you've got restaurants, shopping, transport and entertainment. So it reckons we've spent £148 on restaurants, £128 on shopping, £126 on transport. That is tolls. Oh God, yeah. £96 entertainment, and that's things like the karting and stuff like that. Yeah, 2.5 weeks in Europe, so we've been using the card for 2.5 weeks. Our total spend is £543, and it gives you a breakdown. So it's estimating that this month is going to be a total of 1,042, and that's why we need to sort out what we spend money on. Our budget was 6 to 650, and I would say, you know, if you total them all up, we are in excess of double that, about 1,200 quid. But the plan is, hopefully by the end of our full first month in Europe, we'll have got out of the way of most of this overspend and getting used to everything.
Yeah.
Hopefully we will travel less often as well, which does eat into the budget, and stay places for longer.
Yeah.
Which will help us keep things down as well.
Yep.
The final thing really is the van, and you know, if we found any problems with anything, there's anything we would change, and touch wood.
Auto tray, I might call that wood.
Yeah, touch wood. Everything has been, you know, fine.
Yep.
Everything's working okay. As far as the extractor little fan, my kind of like plug-in fan, that's working all right when we do cooking and stuff like that.
That's actually really efficient. I'm well impressed with how well that works.
It's mega, isn't it? It's dead quiet as well.
And it just, yeah, we just have to, I just have to keep remembering to do it. And I also have to remember to actually open the roof vent.
Yeah.
So it works so much better when you do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. See, I think my thing that I would say is, it's not a bad thing with the van. The thing that I find frustrating is that we still quite haven't managed to find a place for everything yet.
No.
And we're still moving things, you know, that the dance, the daily dance of things on the bed.
So yeah,
during
as
the
you
day.
live here during the day, you maximise this space by
putting everything
goes
on the
that
bed.
way. Yeah.
And then when you want to go to bed, you move everything back into the front again. And even if we were to sit here and say the worst thing about, I can't remember what the word we said the worst thing was on our van life tag thing.
It probably was the park
toilet.
Up,
Oh,
park
ups or toilets.
I don't mind.
You don't
about
mind
the
it,
toilet.
do you? But it's one of those things, if the worst thing you can think of in your entire life is emptying a box of wee and poo, then my God, have you got it good.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to do one every month. Maybe
no,
do
you
one
get bored of hearing about how we're doing again in another month.
Because we do include little bits as we go. Like I talk about my batteries. Every couple of vlogs I'll mention how the batteries are doing. We'll talk about Cooper in them and stuff like that. Yeah. So maybe do one at 3 months. Yeah. Because at 3 months we'll probably be just back in the UK then, yeah. So we'll have a proper flip side. Good comparison. Yeah. So there you go. As usual, ask any questions you want down below, or over on Instagram, or on our website gjot.uk. Yep. And either of us will answer. I know sometimes we get questions from Mandy on there.
Yep, and I do answer them.
So Mandy will answer. Other times I'll answer. So yeah.
Cool.
It's all good. So take care. Hope you found this video nice and useful, and we'll see you soon.
We will. Bye.